technical thing we are doing, we are also supposed to make it documentation. Okay, so we need it for the research paper. So whenever we are writing the research paper has several fields. Okay, the first field is the title of research. Then we need to give the abstract that will gives you the concise information about work which you have carried out in your paper. Okay, then section 1 gives the introduction of the work. Section 2 gives the relevance of the work, the background related to the similar techniques, and the literature survey of the previous paper, patent, or copyrights which are filed on the same types of the work. Okay. Then in section 3, we need to mention the actual methodology or system implementation as the body of project which we are going to carry out or which we have carried out for our project. Okay, the section 4 gives the detailed experimental results and discussion on the result. We need to give the depiction of each and every parameter, that if I'm going to change this parameter, then what will be the output? If I'm using this system, this platform, then what will be the output? So we will do the performance validation and evaluation validation in its section number 4. Then section 5 gives us the detailed conclusion, and if that topic is still has some elongations, or if it has some drawbacks, then we can give the future scope so that those can create an open area for further research. Okay, so somebody can refer your paper and somebody can work on the future scope which you have provided. Okay, then the last section consists of the references which we are referring for our paper writing. Okay, so what is the research? Whenever we are doing the research is, it is not related to doing a new things. Okay, re means you are doing a search again, research. Okay, so you can search it somewhere. So where we can search it? We can search on the Google, we can search on the conference proceeding, we can search on the journals, or we can search the patent, copyrights, and from this searching, okay, researching of all these types, we are making some analogy. Okay, we are making some gaps that these authors have done these things, so this thing it to be optimized, or this thing has not been done by anyone, so we can do that thing. So how we are coming up with the idea? By searching the topics. So searching is necessary to do the research. Okay, so first we'll come up with the title of the research paper. How to give a proper title to the research paper? So whenever you are giving the title, it should be concise. There should not be any verb or more congestions in the title. It should depict your idea concisely. Okay, your title should be unique. Means before giving title to your paper or patent, check it on the Google whether the same title is available or not. Okay, if the title is not available, it is said to be unique. And always the unique titles are only considered for the conferences and journal. If your title is not unique, what you can do? You can flip some words, you can use the synonyms for the word, and you can make the title. Okay, so whenever we are giving any title, so from the title, the front person must be able to recognize what we are doing or what we are giving, what we are implementing. So the title of research paper must consist of the problem statement, the solution for the problem, and then the application of the problem and the methodology. Okay, so just we have given one example, that is the IEEE transaction paper. So the title is Smart Home Energy Management System using IEEE 802.15.4 and Zigbee. So these are two devices, IEEE 802.15.4 wireless device, and this Zigbee is also a wireless device. So we are going to implement a smart home. Now what is the problem there? The energy management is major problem while implementing the smart home system, because most of the microcontroller based systems are battery operated, and if we are having multiple peripherals or multiple interface facing, then it will need a larger battery, okay, or the battery will drain out in a short duration. So energy management is a critical issue. So here I have shown that in the blue line it's a problem. Energy management is the problem where in the smart home. Okay, so the smart home is the application field. Energy management is the problem. So we are giving the solution to this problem by the means of what? This IEEE 802.15.4 and Zigbee model. So use of these two models is our methodology or tools. We can say sometimes if the paper is related to the hardware, it will be having some tools. Okay, if it is having an algorithmic approach, then it will be having some process or algorithm. Okay, so you need to mention the algorithm name or method name or the tool name here. Suppose sometimes we can make, if we are making a smart bracelet for women security, then how we can give the title? So if we are using the IoT, so we can put the title like IoT based smart bracelet for women security. So the problem is there that we need to analyze the problem, that is a women security, okay, on the basis of what? IoT. Okay, and what is the novelty there? It is a smart. So the type of smartness we will bring into the system by implementing the various techniques. Means it will send message to the neighbors or parent or police station, or it will turn on the buzzer. Okay, so these are the smartness available in the that paper. So the next is whenever we are giving the author names and affiliation. Okay, so it is very necessary to give the author naming in order they have worked on the paper. So the first author, second author, third author, sometimes two person can work in a similar way on the same paper. Then we can give credit to two person as the first author, and then second author. Okay, in standard journals or conferences, don't put Mr., Mrs., Doctor, Miss. Okay, it should be strictly prohibited. Okay, the affiliation should be given after the naming. So once we give naming like this, suppose we have three authors: Kishore Bhangale, Kiran Napte, and Kishore Wani. So the one indicate that I am the primary author of this paper. Kiran Napte and Kishore Wani are helping me to implement this paper. Okay, so all three are contributor for this paper, but most of the contribution is done by Kishore Bhangale. That's why I have given one to this person, two to Kiran, and three to Kishore. Okay, then all three persons are belonging to the same institution. That's why I have given 1, 2, 3. Okay, then assistant professor, that is my affiliation. If you are a student, then you are supposed to write UG student, PhD student, or research scholar. Okay, then we will give the department, okay, and the college name or university name. So now SPPU is a bigger university and our college is known to everyone. That's why I have put PCCOER Pune. Okay, if your college is not well known, then what you can do, you can put the university name SPPU Pune. Okay, and then put the pin code. Okay, so the second example, it consists of two students. Those are working in a similar way for the implementation and paper writing also. Okay, so their contribution is equal. So what we are doing, their contribution is mentioned by the superscript 1, 1. Means these two students are second author, and the project guide has only guided them to write the paper. He has not done any documentation part or any reviewing part. So we are giving less credit to the guide. Okay, so that is 2. Okay, so 1 affiliation is UG student, then we are putting the department name, college name, and then pin code. Similarly for second author, we are putting the affiliation, department name, college name, and then country and pin code. Okay, if your journal or conference is international, it is necessary to give the country code. Okay, like a pin code and country name. Okay, now we will go to the abstract. Now why the abstract is needed? Because if someone is verifying your paper or someone just going through your paper, he will not read all your paper. What he will do, he will just read the abstract. So from the reading of abstract, your idea must be conveyed. Okay, so abstract is the concise information about your project. Okay, so normally we use the abstract that is in between 150 words to 200 words. So whenever we are giving the abstract, just split the abstract in 7 to 8 sentences. And whenever you are writing the first sentence, write why the study is needed. Okay, why your implementation is needed. Okay, then in the second sentence you write the purpose of your study, means what will be the objective decided by you. Okay, suppose the face recognition is needed for person authentication and forensic recognition. Then what is your objective? Because many person have implemented the face recognition, so my objective can be making it more robust in the illumination changes, in the noisy environment, in the makeup condition, in the aging condition. Okay, so I am considering the 4 parameters in noise, then environmental condition, makeup condition, and then aging condition. So my system will be robust to all these 4 parameters. So all those should be mentioned in the statement number 2. Okay, then in statement 3, we have to describe the research environment and parameter. Means if we are using some system, then at what platform we are implementing that system. Okay, on which database we are implementing that system, and how many parameters or what parameter we are considering for the system. Okay, I'm taking the example of again face recognition. Then we will say that the proposed system is implemented on CASIA database. So CASIA is the Chinese database consisting of 1000 to 2000 images. Okay, so it will let you know that the person has done the experimentation on the CASIA database. If it is a hardware project, what we can mention that the proposed system is implemented on FPGA platform or DSP platform, or the proposed IoT based system is implemented using. So it becomes a IoT based system, means the person will come to know that this is the IoT based system. Okay, then in sentence 4, we are supposed to describe the methodologies and technique used to analyze and solve the problem in a single line. Okay, what type of methodology we are using to fulfill our objective, we are supposed to put that in sentence 4 or 5. Okay, in sentence 5, we will describe the additional novelty. Okay, now suppose if we are considering IoT based smart homes. Okay, so IoT based smart homes, it is a generalized topic. Then what is the novelty there which you are bringing your work? So you are supposed to put that I am using the camera for baby monitoring, I am using the camera for disabled person monitoring. Okay, so this will be your additional novelty. Okay, that has not been done by anyone. Okay, then the sentence 6 will give you the basic findings and statistical significance from the experimentation. So what percent accuracy you got for the research? Okay, we are going to write that our method got 98% accuracy on this database, or our method performed robustly in extreme environmental condition. So there should be proof to depict your statements. Okay, and whatever be the major contribution or conclusion, we will write those in the last line. Okay, followed by the abstract, we will put the keywords. Okay, so first I'm showing you one example. This is the face gender recognition based on face recognition feature vector. Okay, so see, the problem is there. Gender recognition is the problem on the basis of what? Face recognition by using what? Feature vector. Okay, so all the things are clearly mentioned in the title. So we can say that the title is concise. Okay, it's a IEEE conference paper. Then look at the first line. It's mentioning the problem. Automatic facial gender recognition is a widely used task in the field of computer vision, which is very easy for a human but very challenging for a computer. Okay, human can recognize that this is the man, this is the woman, but for a computer it is difficult to analyze whether the person talking to me is male or female. So it will need to analyze some parameter, means it can come to know about the voice or the facial parameters. Okay, so we are using the facial parameters here. Then in the second two lines we have written about the methods. Okay, the authors have given the guidelines about the method. Then meanwhile this study uses t-distributed stochastic neighbor embedding. This method they have done newly in this paper. So this is the novelty they are putting in their paper. So they are mentioning that this is our novelty. This is not yet done anywhere. Okay, and then look at this violet line. It is showing the statistical analysis of the proposed work. Okay, they achieved the recognition rate of 99.2% and 9.7% on FEI and SCIEN database. They are using two databases, and for two database they are getting 99%, 99.2% and 98.2% accuracy. So this statistical analysis helps us to check the depth of the paper. Means suppose for face recognition anybody is getting accuracy 70%, then already the existing systems are commercial systems are giving more than 95% accuracy. Then why to go for the system which is giving 70% accuracy? Okay, so it will motivate the researcher to read your paper. Okay, and then yellow line indicates that the conclusion drawn from the work. Okay, so this is the abstract. Okay, so you can there is no simple guide, no standard guidelines about the abstract, but we can follow this method. Okay, the aim of abstract is to make the concise statements about your complete work. Okay, and that should be within a 200 words. Okay, then whenever the journal is going to upload this paper on the conference, then some researcher might find your paper. So if you want to find your paper, then the paper should be stored by using these keywords. Okay, gender recognition, face recognition, machine learning, and computer. If the gender, then the paper should be stored by using these keywords. Okay, gender recognition, face recognition, machine learning, and computer vision. If we are putting the gender recognition in the Google search, then your paper will be there in the list. If you are putting the face recognition, then your paper will be searched for machine learning, and for computer vision keywords your paper will be searched, because still on the Google the documents are uploaded on the basis of keywords. For every documents, for every sound file, the keyword are given. Okay, suppose you want to search the dog. If you are putting dog into the Google, then you will get some dog images as well as some human images also, because those images are stored by the name dog, or you will get the movie name also. Okay, then the next section is introduction section. This is introductory section. So it depends on how you are writing it. If you want to make the concise or short paper, then the introduction should be broader. Okay, or narrower. It should be a narrower, means consisting of the only a constraint points or challenges of the work. Okay, so we will separate out the introduction in several paragraphs. Okay, one paragraph may consist of 5 to 6 lines, or depending on the length of the paper. Okay, some of the journal needs the paper in 10 to 15 pages. Some journal needs the paper in 5 to 4 pages. So for UG student, it is expected to write the paper up to 5 to 6 pages only. Okay, so we will be having 4 to 5 lines in each paragraph. So the first paragraph should give the overview of research area. What is your research area? What is it about? Okay, and then in the second parameter, what are the challenges and constraints faced in your problem? because we are doing some research work to eliminate some challenges and constraint of the system. Okay. Then the third paragraph should be about the previous work and what is the existing scenario for the work. Suppose if you want to implement some cross technology communication model, so already 4G and 5G Wi-Fi models are available, then why we are going for the cross technology communication? So we need to give detail about the 4G communication, 5G communication, okay, and other point-to-point communication. What are the drawbacks available there, and why we are combining two techniques to increase the bandwidth of the communication system. Okay, so such a type of work can be written in paragraph 3. So the previous work or previous technique tools which are available for the current research, okay, we can go through those. Okay, we can read the papers pattern, then we will come to know that these are the gaps, these are the drawbacks are still associated with the current work. Okay, so we can put those gaps or drawbacks in the research gap. So this research gap will motivate us to write our program. Okay, so from this research gap we normally decide our objective. Okay, what objective we are going to follow, those should be dependent on the research gap. Okay, now after this research gap, why the parameter need to be why there is a need of research. Okay, why we are going for this research, because whenever we are finding the gaps from the literature survey, so the gaps can be having a 3 levels: basic gaps, moderate gaps, and severe gaps. So the severe gaps should be addressed first. Okay, so we need to give the need for the research. Then in the paragraph 6 we will write the proposed methodology or our system implementation in 5 to 6 line in short. Okay, we will write the flow, what we are doing, how we are taking the input, how we are processing it, and what will be our output. So we are supposed to provide these 3 parameters: input, process, and then output in 5 to 6 line in paragraph number 6. And then paragraph number 7 gives the organization of paper, means in which section you are putting the data. Okay, so first section consists of the introduction. Now how we will write that? Section 2 gives the challenges and constraint, okay, of the face recognition or some your application domain. Then dot after dot we will write section 3 gives the previous work or proposed methodology. What will be the title for this section? Okay, that we are supposed to mention in organization. The second section should be a related work. Okay, or you can give the title like survey, background, or previous work. Okay, so in this you are supposed to get the information and finding from the previous work which is carried out on the same research area. Okay, so while making this section, you are supposed to prepare one table, that is the survey table. So inside this survey table, what we will do, we will write the serial number 1, we will put the author name. Okay, then we will put the methodology. So I am having the paper 1 here. Okay, so this is the paper 1, title, author name. Okay, in the PPT I have considered paper 2nd, so I will show you that in next slide. Okay, so these are the authors, what methodology they have used for the problem solution of the research. Okay, so they have used residual network feature extraction technique and KNN, linear regression, random forest support vector machine classifier for the gender classification. Okay, they have used Asian star database, Starface database. The performance of the system can be analyzed on the basis of accuracy, false positive rate, or compatibility. Okay, so there can be a various parameters or error. Okay, so depending on the system, the performance or evaluation metric changes. Sometimes for the hardware, we cannot put the performance matrix in case of accuracy or something. So what parameter we can assign there? We can give the parameter like portability. What is the portability? Means whether the system is portable from one place to another place. Okay, if it is, then we can only write in the theoretical that the system is portable. Okay, whether it is universal, means whether it can be accommodated by every user, ranging from all age group, okay, and for all education group. Okay, so that is the acceptability, universality and acceptability. Okay, so this parameter we will analyze in the performance. Then we will put the advantage and disadvantage. This advantage and disadvantage you will come to know by reading the paper. Okay, if they are getting good accuracy, okay, so they won't give that we are getting the highest accuracy, but they will say that they are getting the higher accuracy than the previous methods. So we can depict that it got the higher recognition accuracy, their method is simple, and it is a pose invariant. Then there might be some disadvantage. They may mention you or they may not mention you about the disadvantage. You need to find out the disadvantages from the experimental results and discussion section. Okay, so there we will come to know that it requires a larger recognition time because of this residual network. So in the residual network, it consists of 14 to 15 layer. For every layer there are processing steps, so the recognition time is larger. Okay, then it has the poor performance for the noisy data. So they have done analysis on the noisy and non-noisy data. So for clean data the accuracy is more, and for noisy data the accuracy is lesser. So we can say that the performance of system is poor for noisy data. And while giving this related work, we can see this is the abstract here according to the guidelines. Then index terms, sometimes those are called as the keywords. Then introduction consists of the background first. Okay, then it is making the challenges, constraint. Okay, and then previous models. Then this is the related work. Okay, what type of work is already exist? So they have done the survey. So while doing the survey, you are supposed to read the paper. Suppose I am reading this paper, so I will read this statement first. What is the drop here? Okay, then I will go to the next statement. This innovative system transparently unifies various home appliances, smart sensor and energy technologies. Means they have used 3 types of applications here. Okay, the smart energy market requires 2 types of Zigbee network for device control and energy management. Okay, we will directly come to this paper. This paper design a smart home device description and standard practices for the demand response and the load management. Okay, so whatever be the demand from the utensils, okay, according to that demands they are managing the energy. Okay, so base light, commercial, environment, control application domain. Okay, so here we will come to know about their idea. This paper introduces means they have done something new. Okay, introduces a smart home interfaces and device definition to allow the interoperability among the Zigbee devices produced by various manufacturers. Okay, means if you are having different devices which are having the various Zigbee models, then those Zigbee models are compatible here. Okay, interoperable. Okay, so we can put all the things that these authors have done this work. These are the findings, these are the advantages, these are the disadvantages. And whenever we are writing the things, we are supposed to write it in our own word. Okay, don't copy and paste the data from the research paper, then it will be plagiarized and the journal will not publish your paper, because for the publication we will need less than 10% plagiarism. Okay, and wherever you are putting some data or you are referencing some paper, give the reference of that paper. So we are putting the reference here 4, means this data, they have taken this data from the fourth number paper, fourth number reference. So we'll go to the fourth number reference. The fourth number reference is this: V Singhvi ETL Intelligent System Light Control using Sensor Network. So they have not just copied and pasted the data here. They have read the paper, and then after reading that paper, they have write that data in their own word. Okay, and also giving acknowledgement to the particular author. So they have given the references here. This is called as the citation. So from this table, you can easily write the survey in your own word. Like from this, I can make the 3 to 4 sentences. Like first sentence can be Yongjing Lin and Haosheng Zhaya have used residual network feature for gender recognition, and they have used the classification such as KNN, LR, RF, and SVM. Okay, then in the next sentence I will write that they have used Asian Starface database and they have performed the experimentation, or we can write they have used Asian Star database for the face recognition and they got 98.0% accuracy for KNN, 97.56% accuracy for SVM, and so on. Okay, then in the next sentence I will mention the advantages and disadvantages, that these are the advantages of the system and these are the limitations of the system. Okay, then in the second way, what we can do, we can, if we are not putting the author name, if we are writing the methodological survey, means if we are mentioning it from the method. Okay, so this residual network is the deep learning architecture. So what we can mention the residual network deep learning technique along with KNN, LR, RF, and SVM classifier is successfully used for the gender classification. Why successfully? Because I got almost 98.00% accuracy. So whenever you are putting the successfully word in bracket, you can write 98.00% accuracy for KNN classifier. Okay, so further you are not supposed to put separately the performance of system for KNN, SVM, RF, LR is this. Okay, we'll put the highest result only. So there are several ways. According to the journal or conference, the style of survey changes. Okay, if you want to write the survey, just go to the journal link or go to the conference and then see their format, how they are writing the survey in the related work. Okay, so in that way you can write your own survey. Then it comes the body of paper. Now this is the major part of your paper. Okay, almost 75% of the paper should occupy the body and experimental results. Okay, these two parts. So for body of paper, normally 40 to 45% of the paper should be your main methodology. So what will be the method, technique, algorithm which you are using for your implementation, the information related to that you are supposed to write in body of paper. Okay, so what the body of paper may consist of? It may consist of the block diagram or flow diagram along with its detailed explanation. Okay, if your paper is on the algorithm development, then the algorithm development process. If it is on the mathematical formulation, then depict the mathematical, write the mathematical formula and depict each and every parameter of that formula, that by changing this parameter, it will affect the system like this. This parameter indicate this parameter for our existing system. Okay, then if it is a technique, then we will write down stepwise explanation of the process or technique. Okay, or for the BE project, most of the projects are on the circuit development. Okay, or application development. So what it consists of? The circuit development process, how the circuit is being developed. Okay, then the product development process or simulation process. Okay, so we'll check the link for two paper. The first paper we already seen. This is the second paper. So it come up with the abstract the introduction, they have written the related work. Okay, see here they have written that Levy ETAL. ETAL means what? We'll go to the author number 8. Okay, here there are two authors, G. Levy, T. Hassenser. Okay, so normally referencing any author, mostly the surname is preferred. Okay, so Levy is the surname of the author. So rather than putting two names, what we are putting, Levy ETAL. So ETL means what? All user. Other than this user, there are other user. So we are also acknowledging them. So Levy is the surname, and this in 2015, Levy ETL means along with Levy, there are other authors, and that is given in 8 number citation or reference. Used a DCNN to predict the gender and age of the human faces, which greatly improve the recognition result. Okay, so from that paper, what they analyzed, they have written it in the short manner. Okay, so we can make it elaborative also. We can write the advantages, their results also. Okay. Then after this related work, they have moved to the method. Okay, so for methodology, they have carried out the flowchart. Okay, it is the algorithm based system. So it consists of training stage and testing stage. So they have given the flow diagram. What they are going to do, they will detect the face first. So initially they have captured the image. Okay, from that image they are detecting the face only, because this is the face based gender recognition. Okay, then they are doing the pre-processing. Okay, so in pre-processing they have given the results. So these results they might have obtained on the Python or MATLAB software. So they are putting those results here. Then feature extraction. So they are giving information about the feature extraction here, which type of features are used for the particular representation of face image. Okay, so they have used the DLeap as the feature extractor. So it's a library. Okay, they are using tool. They are and that DLeap consists of the ResNet library. Okay, then what are the parameter of that feature extraction technique? They have mentioned here. Okay, then various classifiers information is given in the classification section that present in the flow diagram. Okay, then how the performance of system is being evaluated. So sometimes we can use the accuracy, error, or recognition rate, or the other theoretical parameters, acceptability, universality, portability, robustness. Okay, so here they are using the evaluation criteria, that is the recognition rate. Okay, so all the information about their implementation is carried out in section 3, that is method, or you can put the title methodology, system implementation, algorithm development, or system development. This can be a possible title for section 3. Okay, wherever possible, give the mathematical formulation. Means for feature extraction, they haven't given any mathematical formulation, just because use of the inbuilt tool. Okay, but in your case, you can give the mathematical formulation of each and every terminology, so that it will be more readable and it will be easily accepted in any journal. Okay, the next part is the results and discussion. So whenever we will completely implement our system, we will perform the extensive experimentation on the system. Okay, so what we are going to do in this section, we will first write down about the platform use. Means where I am using, I am implementing the system. Suppose I am having the software project, then I will write the specifications of my computer, that the proposed system is implemented on the personal laptop having 2.64 gigahertz processor, 4 GB RAM, 2.64 processor, Core i3 processor, and so on. Okay, then I will use that again for the simulation we have used MATLAB oblique Python oblique whatever be the software. I will put the software name, and in that software if there are some tools, then I will mention those tools. Okay, so first mention the platform, simulation platform and hardware platform. If it is a hardware program, what we can write, that the proposed system is implemented on Raspberry Pi processor. Okay, then for acquiring the temperature we are using LM7535 sensor, and like that. Which are the major parameter, we will use those parameter here. Okay, for the simulation of this system you might have used the Proteus, okay, Kill. Okay, so mention all the software and platform or tools needed for experimentation of your project. Okay, then if you are using machine learning or deep learning technique or image processing, you will need the database there. So if you are using the database, then mention the database information and also cite the main website of database. Okay, then we will mention the kit, processor, sensor, devices specification. We'll make the tabular column table. In that table we will mention the features of a processor, sensor, okay, and the parameters of each component used for the program. Okay, the result should be clear and real. There should not be can, may. Okay, those should be real, means whatever you are getting you just put there. Okay, those should not be there should not be any ambiguity in the results. Okay, and if you are having the multiple result, so to make it more effective, we can use the graphs, tables and visualization. So visualization can be made by the means of images. The table we can put insert table, and the graphs we can also put from insert table. Okay, whenever we are writing the paper, the LaTeX tool is preferable, but if you are not aware of the LaTeX, then you can write the paper in Word format also, because mostly all the journals are accepting the Word template also. Okay, then finally we'll conclude our paper. So whenever giving the conclusion, whatever you have done throughout the project should be mentioned in the conclusion, and whatever be the conclusion you are drawing from the your work should be written there. Okay, so first paragraph we will put the summary of work, means we have done this. Then what we got, so we will write that as the major finding from the work. Then we'll put advantages and disadvantage of the work. Then if our project is extendable, means if there is still scope for the work, then we can put the future scope for the work. Suppose somebody is doing only simulation, and that simulation can be implementable on FPGA platform and VLSI platform, then what we can do, we can put that the system can be implemented on FPGA platform and DSP platform in future. Okay, so that will be our future scope. So what somebody will do, somebody will take out your idea that this is not done on the hardware platform, so he will implement it on the hardware platform. Okay, so we'll come to the plagiarism and grammar checking. So being a non-native speaker of English, mostly we do grammatical mistakes while writing our paper. Okay, so those grammatical mistakes can be minimized by using this Grammarly.com. This website is free. If you want a premium, then you can use the premium version of that also. Okay, so it suggests you the changes. Whenever we are writing the paper, always it should be in an active voice. Okay, it should not be in passive voice. Okay, the SCI journals are accepting the paper in active voice only. Okay, so copy paste of other work must be strictly avoided. Okay, nowadays the intellectual property rights are more important. If you are copying and pasting the others work, they may file you the Copyright Act or the cyber crime against you. Okay, so don't copy and paste the other work. Read the paper, whatever you are understanding, verify it whether you understood it clearly or not, and then write it in your own word. Okay, because sometimes if you are reading some paper and you are not getting it completely, whatever they have done, whatever they have achieved in their paper, and you are wrongly putting that in your paper, then again it will create a problem. Okay, then the next is write a content of referred paper in your own word to avoid the plagiarism. uh, Before putting any paper to any journal conference, you need to check it software like Turnitin software or Urkul software. So this software checks the content of your data on the all the documents which are available on the internet. Okay, so it will check it with every document and will let you know that this much of portion is copied by you. Okay, so that percentage of copy should be less than 10% to 15%. Okay, so whenever you are giving citations, so if you are writing some data uh, from some paper, you must give the citations. Okay, sometimes suppose some things are common that if you don't want to change some things and you want those things as it is in your paper, then you can put that in double quotation mark. So double quotation mark content cannot be considered for the plagiarism. Okay, so after that you need to give the citation, and in double quotation mark you need to put whatever you want to put the statements like meri jhansi nahi dungi. Okay, so this is the sentence made by the Rani Lakshmibai, so I cannot change it. Or there is one sentence in Marathi like मी शेंगा खाल्ल्या नाही, मी छडी घेणार नाही. So we cannot write in other way because that is the major statements made by the great people. So we can put those in single quotation mark. But while putting the data in single quotation mark, always prefer the single quotation mark should be for 1 or 2 line only. Okay, more than 20 to 25 words should not be there in double quotation mark. Okay, so next care we need to take care about inserting the tables, figures and equation. Okay, for every journal, for every conference, the guidelines for table, figures and equation are different. That's why I haven't given you the guidelines here in detail guidelines, but the major important is uh, for every equation, figure and table, it must be cited in the paper at least once. Okay, so look at this example. Here we are putting one table, table 3, results of Asian Starface database. Okay, it is giving the recognition rate. Okay, so in documentation somewhere we need to mention that in table 3 we have given this. Okay, so that there should be a link between the graphics and your content. So here we have given that as shown in table 3, our method is superior to the method based on ResNet 50 and so on. Okay, so the table is cited in this content like this. Okay, as shown in the table 3. Okay, then again for this figure 5, this figure 5 shows some samples from the SCIEN data set. So those should be mentioned somewhere. So here it is mentioned, some samples of SCIEN data set are shown in figure 5. Okay, and for the tables and figures equation, if you are going for the IEEE conferences, then the guidelines are given separately in every section. Okay, so this is about the paper title. The style is given to you. Okay, suppose if you want to write the paper title here, what you can do, you can write your paper title here. Okay, and what will be the first title? You can suppose I'm keeping it as it is, paper title. Suppose I have title that is made available in other Word file, so I am taking it. Suppose this is my paper title, I am writing it here, so I am pasting it. Okay. Okay, so what I am doing, suppose that font and other things are different, then I will select the paper title, click on the format paint and will select it. Now it is directly considering the format and I will delete this. Okay, each letter should be capitalized for the title. Okay, rest of the things I will remove those. Okay, so this will be our title, or we can create IoT based yes. Okay, so this is the title. Every word is having a first letter capital, and are the congestions. So for congestion, you are not supposed to write the capital B. Okay, it is not allowed. So this B should be a small b. Then as per we have shown that the names, the affiliation of the authors are given here. The format is somewhat different. For every journal and conference, the format are different. Okay, so you can go through the guidelines of each and every journal, or you are not supposed to go for guidelines for each and every journal. Just select the conference and journal where you want to publish your data and download their template, and from that template you can read the guidelines and make your paper accordingly. So for putting unit, they have given how to give the SI CGS units. Okay, how to put the equations. So the equation can be put using insert and then equation. We will go to the equation. Here it is disabled now for this template, but we can make it enable also. Okay, then we are interested in tables and okay, so this is the table. So caption of table should be mentioned above the table. For figure, the caption should be given below the figure. So we'll check the figure. There is no figure here, but they might have given guidelines in the section. So we'll check in our PPT. See the caption, figure 5. The caption is given below the figure. Here, the caption for table is given above the table. Okay. Then while referencing, so there is a separate format for journal referencing, conference referencing, book referencing, and then website referencing. Okay, so that is available in the template of the particular journal. So I am just showing you two examples of how to cite the journal of conference proceeding in the paper. So there are two formats: Chicago format and then Howard's format. So Chicago format is normally used for IEEE presentation, and this Howard format is generally used for the Springer publication. So we are putting the author 1, author 2, and author 3, then dot in double quotation mark. We will put the paper title, we will give the dot, then double quotation complete. We'll put the journal name oblique conference name in italic. Okay, then we will give the volume number in italic only, in general. Then we will put the issue and then page number. So this is the example: author 1, author 2, author 3, author 4, and author last author. Dot, then in double quotation mark there is a title, project title, then dot, double quotation completed, then information science is the journal name, 141 is the volume. Volume means that is the that journal number. Okay, then it is having 3 to 4 issue, means how many times how many issues or publications for the particular volumes are there. So the issue is 3 to 4. Okay, it is published in 2002 and the page numbers are 279 to 309, means this author paper is available at these pages. Okay, the second format is somewhat similar, just it do not consist of the double quotation mark. Author 1, author 2, author 3, dot, year, we are supposed to give the year, then dot, paper title, journal conference name, volume in bracket, issue number, PP, start and end. Okay, start page, end page number. So we are giving the same reference we are putting there. Madria SK, second author, third author, and fourth author. Then we are giving the year. Then we are putting the journal paper title, journal name. 141 is the volume, 3-4 is the issue. Then we are putting the page number. So PP stands for page number. So those are starting from 279 to 309. Okay. So the major goal is how to select the good journals or conferences. So there are many fake journals available on the internet. So you will, if you want to publish the paper in morning, if you are putting some paper into one journal, in the evening they will publish your paper by charging you 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 rupees. Okay, so those journals are of no use. Okay, that is a wastage of your work. If you are doing your research work sincerely, then always try to publish your paper in the good type of journal. Okay, if the journals are not possible for you, then the conferences are easy to publish. Okay, so we will consider the IEEE conferences for BA students, then Springer conferences. Okay, these are also easy to publish. Then book chapter, you can also publish your work as the book chapter of any Springer conference. Okay, this SCI and UGC Scopus Index journal, you can find which journal is there in the SCI listed and Scopus listed from this website. Okay, then the government of India, Savitribai Phule Pune University, have made one list of journal. Those are the approved journal by University Grant Commission. So the journals are available on this link, ugccare.unipune.ac.in. So these journals are considered as the valid publications for the student, for the faculty, and for the researcher. If your journal is not inside this UGCare listed journal, because all these IEEE conferences, Springer book chapters, SCI, Scopus Index journal, these are already available in UGCare. Additionally, they have made separate list. Okay, some of them are Asian journals, so those are available there. Okay, and then if you want the information about the conferences, then this is the website, www.allconferencealert.in. You will get the information about the conferences which are available all over the globe. Okay, so you can go there and you can search the conferences which are present in India or Maharashtra or Pune. Okay, so you will come to know wherever you are checking the conference detail, just go for the whether the conference is indexed by the Scopus. Okay, the conference should be Scopus index. Okay, so that it will be beneficial for the college, for you, okay, and for your profile. Okay, so the major part is we have the project review on Friday, that is on 22nd January 2021. So what is expected in that review? Many students have not yet met to their guides. Okay, so you are supposed to meet your guide, and you are supposed to give the review that consists of 40% completion of hardware, then 80% completion of software. Okay, then you will be given guide a deadline before 30 March. You need to you need to publish the paper, or you need to create the paper, write it first, and then you can submit it to the conference or journal. Or in between, if you want to go for the patent or copyright, do this task as early as possible. And as per the suggestion from Dr. Mapari sir, we are arranging the project exhibition in the mid of February. It is compulsory for all groups to participate there. It will be an intercollegiate event, and for that the complete hardware should be there. Means your model should be working model, and whenever you are bringing the model, that model should be a product based model. Okay, don't bring the model that is assembled in the plastic case or on the cardboard, or sometimes you are bringing it on the wooden board. Okay, so make a prototype, small prototype, make it like an applicative, make it like it is, if it should look like a real application. Okay, Then again the progress expected, what you need to show, design of your system, how you are designing your system, the theoretical analysis should be there, or if you are using some tools for doing the design of system, that should be needed. How you are selecting the component, okay, so the component selection, okay, the component testing report should be there. Means many times what happens, you people are doing the project, and if someone asks you that how to identify the primary and secondary side of the transformer, then you won't be able to answer, many students won't answer the same question, okay, they fails to answer the same question. They say that sir, it is written here primary and this is secondary, so that is the plastic label, we can remove that. If somebody remove that label, then how we will identify which side is primary and which side is secondary? So there are some testing technique for each and every component. You might have studied those in the first year. So we will need the component selection, how you have selected the component, what is your requirement, what is the costing of that component, and on what basis you are selecting the particular component only, okay. Then the simulation of system, then if it is a hardware project, there should be a PCB layout software simulation, in which software you are doing the PCB layout, because there are various software available for the PCB layout. In many software, there is no jumping method available. Means for many layout tools, the jumpers are needed. Okay, but some layout tools are automatically optimized. They give you the path from the border side. Okay, so you should mention why the simulation software is used for the project and how you are using it. Okay, then the actual PCB, then the component testing report, the hardware model, it should be in a product format form. Okay, so now we are not expecting the complete product form. You can bring your 40% completed work, and then contribution of the each member. What happened? Many times only one or two members are speaking, those who are good at the working or those who actually work on the project. So there should be equal contribution of each and every member in the project development. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you Mapari sir for giving me an opportunity to give this session on paper writing. Thank you very much sir, and thank you all faculties and students.
Yes, very well done, sir.
Thank you.
Very informative session. Means any student or any faculty member, if they follow the steps that you have shown, then 100% their paper can be selected in any reputed journal or any conference. Okay.
Yes.
Students, it is request to you, sir. You can circulate that your presentation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will share it on the group.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I will make it more advanced because of the time limit. I could not make it more expressive. So we'll make it more expressive, and we'll share on the group.
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir. And the students who have any kind of doubt, you can directly ask to Kishore, sir. Because he is now project coordinator, and he is very much brilliant in that. He is having a hands-on experience of more projects. That's why you can directly contact him. And any kind of query you can resolve on the spot only. At the time of presentation, we don't expect any kind of argument that because of this one we cannot complete our task. Okay, so be serious about it, because our requirement is increased now. So we expect one conference paper which is reputed, which is IEEE or Scopus, IEEE or Springer or elsewhere conference. Okay, so you be serious about it. And we observe that most of the students don't have any group. Okay, don't finalize their title because of the pandemic situation. You don't take the over advantage of this. So again, I instruct all the students, obey the guidelines and give the presentation at the time. Okay, thank you, Kishore sir again.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Okay.
Okay.